Okay, Andy improves to 27-4 on the hard courts with his first hard court win since April, and tomorrow will take on Xavier Melise in a repeat of the 2001 final here. All right, questions for Andy?
Andy, you played and succeeded in every kind of climate imaginable. How would you compare with the heat today? Did it affect you in the second set at all?
Sure. I was actually just talking with Roddick, and I think we got it at different parts. You know, he said he felt it a little bit just when we got out there in the first set. It kind of took him almost shock to the system a little bit. I was feeling it in the second set a little bit, and then he said he felt it a little bit in the third. And I think it kind of goes in waves, and you know, especially when I haven't played too much in it. I played a couple matches last week. They were both at night. You know, so when you get in the heat and you get in the middle of the day, I've felt better during tennis matches, that's for sure.
Does it like wears you out, or how would you describe the effect of the heat on you?
Well, it's kind of the same. If you were to go run really fast for about 20 minutes, if you really want to do your research on this piece that you're writing, once you go run really fast for about 20 minutes, and then interview yourself and ask yourself the same question, you got it.
Take a look.
Thank you.
How ironic.
I want to see you run 20 minutes though.
How ironic to be playing Melise at this juncture.
Yeah, sure. You know, I think it's a little bit coincidental, especially given the history of this tournament. But you know, we've played each other plenty of times since then. A lot's happened since then. You know, I don't think there's going to be a lot of surprises out there. I think we both know each other's games pretty well. So you know, it doesn't get easier.
Was the support you got today, would you say it's pretty standard for what you get, you know, whenever you play in the States?
I don't know. You don't want to be too presumptuous, but I guess, yeah. You know, I think especially since last year at Wimbledon, you know, since then it's been a little bit. The sentiment's been a little bit different. I think over the course of my career, I feel like people have kind of watched me grow a little bit, and you know, maybe they don't think the same about me now as they did, you know, 7 or 8 years ago. For whatever reason, I don't know if they've gotten to know me better or just, I'm not sure. I guess there's just a relationship there now. It's definitely changed a little bit over time.
Shock was telling us you hadn't lost a 7-1 tiebreaker since the 05 Open, and just the 4th time in your career you've lost a 7-1 or worse. Is that you keep up with numbers like that, or is that okay?
You know, that's why we have Sharp.
Yeah.
So I don't have to remember crap like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could have sat here and told you I lost the tiebreaker 7-1 today. But as far as when, how, and what, you know, it's not a whole lot different than 7-2 to me. There's basically 2 ways to look at a tiebreaker. You lose one or you win one. You know, it's the same with a match. I mean, you win or you lose. It doesn't matter how many games you win. You know, if that was the case, I probably would have won Wimbledon last year. So, you know, I don't read too much into that. It's W's and L's.
I think it was 2-1 in the 3rd set. We were down 40-15, and you came back. Do you remember that? Can you
On my
talk
serve?
No, on the break. On break.
To break him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was down. I don't know if I was down 40-15. First game of the 3rd, I was down a couple break points, and after he kind of mentioned he rolled off the 2nd set, so that was a huge turning point. He breaks first game of the 3rd. I think it's a long way back. You know, especially he started serving a little bit better in the 2nd, 3rd set. So you know, that was probably the key. I think that was a pivotal moment in the match, and then obviously being able to break is huge. But the break doesn't mean as much if you're down a break to begin with.
Well, you got that break to go up 3-1. Yeah, you're actually down 40-15 to do it, which was pretty impressive. Just gotta talk about that game and how it changed the course of the match.
Well, I started sticking my returns a little bit more. You know, I missed a couple more in the 3rd set, but the ones I made were either winners or, you know, it was a little bit more aggressive. It was a little bit more on my terms, and I think that's what probably switched the match around for me.
You talked when you got here, I think on Monday, you were saying that you wanted to, there were things that you wanted to get out of the tournament you couldn't get just, practicing. Did you get those sort of things today, what you're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably similar to what Isner told you last night. You come here, you haven't been playing much. I don't think we're expecting to see the best versions of ourselves early on in this tournament, but you work your way in, you give yourself a chance to play another a day and to improve every day, and that's how you get your feet into a tournament. That's how you get to that level where you're feeling sharp on everything. And what I did today was I gave myself a chance to come back tomorrow.
Can you shake all that rust off during this tournament, or is it going to take a couple of?
No, I think so. The thing is, when it turns quick. There's a very, very fine line between playing okay and playing well. It's just second serve returns, and it's capitalizing on the big points, and it's being in control of your shots. But it's not. We're talking 10-15%. It can turn quick.
It looked like you were limping off the court. Are you glad not to have to play doubles tonight?
Yeah, well, Marty's a little banged up too. He hurt himself late in the match against Robbie. Probably use the rest day. That with the heat. I mean, there's probably been. I think we both felt better before, but we're disappointed. We love playing together. We really enjoy it, and we've been very successful when we have played together. It hasn't been as often as we'd like, but it's unfortunate, but probably. It's probably better for singles both ways.
In the third set, you asked for a couple new pairs of socks, but I don't think you changed what was going on there.
I a little bit of I don't know if it's a bruised foot or a nerve in my left foot. I was gonna kind of try to get it worked on and treated, but I wasn't sure how it would react once you take. It felt swollen, so I was a little scared of taking the shoe off and then having it blow up a little bit, which is kind of what I was dealing with afterwards. It's something that I've had before. It's manageable. A lot of times it happens in the first time you're in the heat for a while. So I just was trying to decide whether to kind of stop and get treatment, and that's why I consulted the trainer. Decided against it, kind of just toughed it out, and luckily now I got the night match tomorrow, so the schedule's in my favor to get some treatment.
You played in worse heat conditions than this?
I think so. We always. I think we're always a little bit more dramatic over something we just finished. But this is. This is a hot day, but it's the States in the summertime is a hot place to play. I remember the DC final last year against Del Potro. We were both. I mean, if that was a 3 out of 5 match, I don't know if we were having a finish. I think it was basically he didn't fall first. But it happens. It's part of it, and I think that's one of the things that makes tennis tough. Is it is outdoors in the heat, and you're running. I mean, it's in conditions that people don't walk outside, and we're playing matches, and so. But that's something that makes the sport unique, and it makes it tough.
Anything else, Randy? Okay.
Thank you.